So we are here at day 3 of the Women's Professional Billiard Association scheduled event here in Fairfield, Iowa, not the typical place to have a professional tournament. I have one of the members of the Women's Professional Billiard Association with me. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Invitational. I'm here in Iowa.
And they're making a little popcorn in the background, but little sight, sounds, smells, and tastes of Iowa will be included in this episode. My first question to you is not about pool at all, as my podcast is more about life in Iowa. This is your third foray into Fairfield, Iowa.
Yes.
Why has this been a must-stop for you on the tour, and what do you like about this place?
Well, the people of Iowa are very welcoming to us as pool players, and Darren here is really supportive of the WPBA, so we love it here. And the radio station,
The Temple Radio Group.
right, like them sponsoring everything, and then a lot of the local.
Would you like to mention any of my other competitors before we go on?
Oh, I'm sorry about that, sir, but they're sponsoring the tour, so.
No,
And then, we came here, this was our first stop right after the whole thing happened.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sentimental to a lot of the ladies because this is the first time we all got back together after we took like a year or so off. So Iowa's kind of got a special place in our hearts for that, for sure.
So let me tell you, let me ask you this. You're like the 10th interview I've done with the ladies here. And,
Right.
and every time I ask them that question, the first thing that comes out says everyone's so friendly to us.
Yes.
What is it about Fairfield? Why have they opened up their arms so widely and warmly to the women of the Professional Billiards Association?
Well, like I said, Darren here is Darren Hamilton, I believe is his last name. He's very welcoming and has really put in a lot of work to help make these events happen. And then I think kind of a lot of people just, they get on board with the interest and they see how many people love the game and how interesting it is. And once you get into it, you see why people love it so much.
Is there a pool hall or a coffee shop or a restaurant that you've been to that you enjoyed?
Well, I went down the street to right next door to the pool hall.
Oh yeah, Mad Hatters.
Mad Hatters, and it was nice and warm and very cozy. And they had the live stream of the matches, so that was really cool. And they let us go down and they did an exhibition there the other night. Kelly Fisher did an exhibition, so they've been very welcoming. And all the restaurants, everybody's been really nice. We've been traveling around and eating a lot of this international cuisine that's in Iowa. Really interesting, yeah, cool.
So, what about the Fairfield Arts and Convention Center? What do you think of the ambiance? What do you think of the room where you play the pool and how it's all set up? Do you think that's pretty professional?
Oh yes, a lot of the girls are really complimenting how the room's set up because we have so much space between the tables, so you have a lot of space to walk around and play your game, and that's really fun to be able to have that kind of setting. And everything's set up great, the equipment's awesome, and we really like the convention center, being surrounded by art. And I can't wait to get in here and play on the piano when they let me later on.
Oh, you're a piano player. That's a skill that would be very appreciated around here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. People like artists and musicians, and
see that.
there's a tremendous amount of it, and this community in Fairfield is very supportive of it.
I see that because they have these art classes right here in the Arts and Convention Center, which I thought was really amazing. That you could just go down the street and get in an art class and jump right in. That's awesome.
And there was an art teacher, Mark Schaefer, set up the Historical Society, which is in the Carnegie Library here in town. If you get a chance, you might want to stop and see that because it's just one of the most well done. All the museums in Iowa are well done, and they all have things that'll blow your mind.
Cool.
Layers and layers of it. So let's switch over to pool.
Okay.
I told you I gave you a 6 minutes interview. It's 6.5 minutes. I haven't even asked you about pool yet.
All right.
What is it about billiards what was it that excited you about it? Where did you start? And tell me the moment that you won a tournament or a match or something where that light came on in your head and says, man, I could be a pro at this?
Well, it all happened basically all at the same time. I was on vacation with my family, and I was on the beach, and it had been a couple days, so I decided to go across the street and play pool just to do something different, get out of the sun. And I was really terrible at it, and I couldn't make a ball. So I went back the next day, and the next day, and the day after that, and I never stopped because it was really fascinating to me how hard it was for me.
It's hard for me too. Here's a pool question, and we'll get back to your thing. But
Okay.
they told me they come in here Thursday or Wednesday or whatever and laid these out, and they put a
Right.
new carpet, I guess you'd call,
The cloth on the
the cloth
table.
on the table, right? And
Mhm.
the commentary I was listening to, they were saying the balls will roll better or something the second day or the third day. Does it improve after some games have been played on it?
It becomes a little more maybe like what players would play on at home because it's not brand new conditions. When it's brand new, it slides a little more. So as it gets a little bit of grit and chalk and a little playtime and friction on the cloth, it starts to slide a little less. So it's a little easier to predict.
So you are you've been doing this. I know at least you've been here 3 times, so you must have
Right.
been at least 4 years pro.
I've been doing the pro tour for about 10 years now.
10 years.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about your 10 years, highs and lows, maybe some matches that you won that were impressive.
Well, it's just been a great experience to come out here and, keep learning. Every event is a big learning experience of what to go home on and work on, and it's really motivational to, know that you're going to come back and compete with the best in the world. So it's very inspiring to work really hard at home. So big wins, I don't know, not really, I don't really keep track of that kind of thing, but I'm really excited to still be here on tour and moving forward.
Do you have any sponsors or anything that you'd like to mention?
I'm kind of homegrown. I'm hoping that my pool channel, which is called Pool Dreams TV, which is on YouTube and Facebook, Pool Dreams TV, I'm hoping that will become a source of sponsorship for me. So if you guys want to get on there and send me some likes and stars, that would help me out.
And if you're on your channel, this is Round Guy Radio. It's a podcast about life in small town Iowa, and try to present things in a positive way. Is there anything we didn't get to talk about that you wanted to talk about?
Well, I wanted to say thank you for interviewing us. We appreciate it, and thank you for getting the word out about our tour.
Well, my last question here is, tell me something about you that I don't know. I mean, for example, when I'm not podcasting, and I'm not podcasting about fishing, I'm actually fishing.
Okay.
That's what I like to do in my spare time. What do you do in your spare time to let your hair down and relax, or something that's a million miles away from billiards?
I make music. I write songs and lyrics and piano chops, and that's what I do. And I have another channel that I put all that on.
Well, if you wrote a resume out for someone who should live in Fairfield, Iowa, I think they would pull yours in the top 10.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Awesome.
I think you're just right for here. You fit in around here good. I'm glad that you're.
I love the arts vibe. It's so cool.
I'm glad that you're enjoying yourself, and hopefully we'll see you again.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Terrific.
Thank you.
I appreciate
it.
you.